Welcome back to Motorsport Manager, the Battered and Bruised Challenge, and we are going to get through this one way or another in this video. If I'm not successful early on, I'm just going to put some of the failures in montage mode, but I don't see any point in dragging this out anymore, as I mentioned in the last video, because we've got a certain amount of repetition. It just becomes, just get this over with. So I don't think there's anything useful in showing more of this other than success. Now, for full disclosure, this is the first time I've done this in this LP, but I went and I looked up advice on it, on how other people have completed this challenge, and I was surprised by a couple things. One, a lot of people seem to think, for example, that the Ernie's Paradise Challenge a couple ago, which wasn't that difficult for me, was like one of the hardest ones. So I guess it really just depends on your approach to the game. Certain people have different blind spots, and one of my blind spots for this, I think I was working too hard on the angle of trying to get Rainer Schmidt through on 2 pit stops, because I didn't think if I gave him another pit stop he'd be able to handle it. But in actuality, the part in the middle of the race where I was keeping him over, I was losing some time there because I was doing extra lap on inters while the track was wetter. And then also at the end, he's got worn out tires and the water level's coming down. He's still on wets. So I don't know how much better it's going to work, but the winning strategy seems to be having him pit 3 times. And the first one I had pretty much hit on the nose at the end of lap 1 or lap 2. And then I was just trying to stretch the tires out later and not stretching them, coming in, having the right tires for conditions recommended to be more successful. So we're going to give that a whirl. Schmidt up to 7th, Hall still in 5th. And there's Gruber crashing. Okay, we're going to get the virtual safety car. Lost more time than I needed to there with Schmidt. That's unfortunate. I just want to see how this strategy works out in any case. Doggone it, Hall. Okay, that's enough mess-ups. I'm going to restart and try this again. 4th and 6 as we head towards the end of this lap. There goes Schmidt in. I think I want to keep Hall going aggressive. I'll go switch back to high. Go high and push here, I think. And a bad pit stop, so we're going to try it again. And Vega crashes instead of Gruber, which actually is worse for us. But no slowdown, so we just keep right on going this time. Switch to high and push. And same for Schmidt coming out. So Hall's in 5th, Schmidt in 10th, and comes out almost 24 seconds back, but the important gap is to Esposito, and that's only 22. As usual, there's the 2-car gap. Esposito and Schmidt, the 2 cars ahead of Hall. It's where we usually are at this point. Gruber's up there, but Gruber's going to get surpassed pretty quick. Hall maintaining about the same gaps here. Just not able to pressure Dufour enough. I think that's far enough. Let's push back some more. Lost a couple tenths of time there, not a lot. Schmidt this time ahead of Esposito, which I haven't seen that yet at this point. And here's lap 10, which is when we want to come in. So both drivers going to switch to wets, both of them going to go with the fast stop. Although, wait, no, not yet. There we go. Now that you're past pit row, now we can do it. Going back off on the fuel here for this last lap. It's clearly not going to get me anywhere. Just barely enough tire to get through this. Good stop. Come out the same. We'll default to high and push. Same for Schmidt. So we're out in 6th and 8th. Got 13, 14 seconds between us, and now it's just a question of when the others come in, how much time do we gain on them. And Hall's up to 2nd right behind. Schmidt, meanwhile, is 7th at 14 seconds. We gotta hope to gain more later on. And I want to go, I want to go overtake here. I want to try to get by, get into first position, and then slow Schmidt down if I can. Yeah, it is really close, but I think if I want another full lap on these, boy, the inters are going to be fresher, and I think for that reason I'm going to make the switch now. It's really tight whether Hall should do that now. Schmidt, definitely. No question. There it is again. Another screw up on the pit stop. We can officially say goodbye to this now. Go medium for this last lap because I don't want to, there's no point in going after it harder when we're coming into the pits. Schmidt coming in as well. Then I'll just save it here to make sure we can redo it if I need to. Looks like we did fine with both cars. I am wondering if it'd be better to go in on lap 9 instead of lap 10. It's really close. Oh, I screwed up the pit stop. I marked them both as coming in on inters. Boy, was that dumb. Okay, we'll reload for that. The pit stops reset to wet tires, as they should be. And if you look at the water for this lap, you can see, well, should we have switched to wets already? Well, Hall is halfway around the track, and this is still best weather for inters. Schmidt could make a better argument for him. I want to see where it is when he's halfway around. Yeah, it's close to borderline for him, but I still think inters are better for this lap, and this lap only. So I still think lap 10 is the best. There, now it's switched over, but you see he got all the way around to here before it did switch. It's a little over half. It's close with Schmidt. It's really close, whether that's better or it's better to go one earlier, but it's very even. It shouldn't matter that much one way or the other when it's that close. So, and I think it's still better this way. Okay, both drivers with a quality stop. Hall is in 6th, Schmidt in 8th, much like before, only a little bit further behind than the last race. Again, it's going to be close, but I think you want to come in on this lap. And now Schmidt as well. Inters, please. Alright, let's see if this is going to work or not. After this, we're only going to have 5 laps. Can't make any really big moves. Rain is going down. It's going to be about perfect for Schmidt. Part of a lap early for Hall, but perfect for Schmidt. Okay. And yeah, you got to stick right where you are. Okay, good stops all around. Still on the soaked side, but it is going down. By the time we get back on the track, yeah, it's going to be almost inters time. All of our competitors ahead are still on wets. Do they stay out there long enough? Who's behind us? Fisher, that's not going to last. You see, it's almost 40 seconds. There's a huge, huge gap to be caught now. And we're gaining some, but not nearly enough. And actually, I got to go down to medium, or I'm not even going to have enough fuel to finish the race now. I'm probably going to have to cut this down to low later, but for now, let's just see where things go. Up to 6th. As it gets drier, the cars on wet should be doing increasingly worse and worse, but... And here's DeGraaf right behind us. So you've got to try to hold that off as well. You know what? Let's go attack for a bit. Not for a lot, just for a bit. Oh, there's DeGroff going wide. That takes care of that problem. There's Hall going in first, and Esposito is coming in. Yeah, we really don't care. See how that looks for the last couple of laps. Still fifth. And we're not far off of Dufour here. But not catching either. Yeah, Dufour and Esposito are still better. So yeah, I don't care what anybody says. This is the hardest challenge out of them all, at least for me. So that was close, but not quite there. I'm going to take another look at pitting Schmidt at the end of the first lap here. I think I want to do the overtake as well. Okay, I'm going to back off to medium now with Hall. And now here's Schmidt getting stuck behind Vega. Another one of those moments where we lose time. Get by. And we did, but we lost like a second there. Schmidt goes wide. That's something that it's going to kill it every time. Can't afford for that to happen. And I think I am going to go neutral on the tires here, or on the fuel for Schmidt, just because I don't think it's worth the small amount having him fight up further in the field on this first lap. And then go inters. Use that fuel to catch up to cars later. You can see that he's doing pretty good even at neutral. I don't think he just doesn't have enough speed for going aggressive to make that much of a difference. Wow, look at that. Yeah, getting up there, and he's saved the fuel. Good stop. Just what we wanted. High and push. Hall only in 6th. Yeah, we're coming to the end of lap 9 here. If I look at the possibility of stopping here, I mean, we're barely at halfway on the water. So, I just don't think that's right. So I think waiting till lap 10 is the right move. I don't want to pit Schmidt earlier. I think that's a mistake. One good stop. Come on, give me another one. There it is. 2 good stops. I'm sure we'll come out in 6th and 8th like we have before. Oh, 6th and 7th. It appears. Did just barely slip back to 8th. We're behind a car that's on inters, so let's just make this pass, please. And yeah, okay, that's tolerable. We're less than 19 seconds behind Hall, which is an important gap because Hall will be up around 1st once all these stops take place. Yeah, I feel like I'm maybe a 1.5 seconds or possibly 2 better than last time. There's Hall. Hall just getting by Esposito. So, oh. Where are we at? Just over 15 behind Esposito. That's definitely better than before. Okay. Keep it rolling, Rainer Schmidt. And we've got about 10 laps of this, of course, to go. Right now I feel our pace overall, with the way the last race finishes, would be almost, but not quite, good enough. Like I'd finish at maybe 2 seconds behind. Don't know about DeGraaf. We're definitely going to have to make a pass on Campbell here. Probably sooner rather than later. 1.5 seconds. The timing of it and being able to get it quickly is going to be really important. Not quite close enough yet, though. We're now under 15 seconds is the gap. Didn't gain much in that lap. Now we're down to 1 second. Under 1 second. Okay, when we come out of this. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Go on it, come on. Get by, for the love of Pete. You've got to get by here. Might have pulled the trigger a bit soon, but now we're right on the bumper. Make this happen. Oh, man. This is killing me right here. This is really killing me. Pulling alongside there for a bit. Yep, now we're out of fuel. Ugh. Gap's down to about 14 seconds. I don't want to say it's a totally lost cause, but it's darn close to it. Dufour and Esposito are really going to need to screw up in order for this to work now. I am going to back off a bit, so I'll just do it here. 12-second lead for Hall, just running away with it. And back up to basically the same distance it was when we came out of this pit stop. Final stop. Screwed up on the fuel there with Hall, but I don't really think it's going to matter. Yep, I'm about 4 seconds faster than last race, and I lost by 7. 6 or 7 there. Ignore the engine. Okay, we can push for a little bit here. Sure. Why not go wide there? Why not? So I think this is a possibly winnable attempt. I reloaded from the point right as I'm about to go into that first pit stop. And I've got to find a better way to get Schmidt through the traffic. Good stops again. And I think I need to be able to like get up right behind, get up to like 0.5, 0.6 seconds behind, and then go red. You know, just go all the way that I can. That's about how it went last time. That's a reasonable pass there. We are about 18 seconds. I want to use a little bit of neutral on the tires. Doesn't really matter when. Okay, Esposito is repairing. I don't remember that happening before. That's big. That's really big. And I just made another save there because, I mean, we're only 12 seconds off the pace. Now, the question is, can we get by Esposito? Or do we need to, like, back off, or what's the play here? And I'm going to go with the idea of trying to get up behind Esposito about half a second and then floor it. Not that it's going to be easy by any stretch to get by Dufour or DeGraaf or anybody else, but we need to, if we can not get held up by traffic, we've got a real shot at this. You can see Esposito pulling away. So we're not going to be catching up quickly. And Esposito gets slowed up by Campbell as well. There's a lot of variables here. I just got to play this out and see what happens. But in either case, this way I've got to save lap 12 right after Esposito repaired. Dufour appears to be running away from us here a little bit. I don't like that. But we're still closer, significantly closer than we were the last race, any race really at this point. Dufour was only Esposito was only 2 seconds ahead, pulled out to almost 3 now. It's going to go up and down, but and Hall, of course, going to walk away with this. No question about that. Boy, over 14 seconds, almost 15 behind Dufour. So Dufour is just flying away. Only at 5.9, but really frying the tires. At least at the moment. Meanwhile, Exposito is getting stuck behind Campbell. When the moment comes to make that pass, it's going to be a key one. Well, I think it's time to go all or nothing. Looking like nothing. Maybe not. Give me something here, Rainer Schmidt. Nope. Gotta try it again. The thing about this part is Dufour has pulled out, it's almost 16 seconds. Just as far ahead as Esposito would have been. So there's no option except to just pass. I can't slow down and, you know, wait for anything and use fuel later or anything like that. I've got to be able to make this pass, and I've got to be able to make it quickly. Close. Not quite ready to move. Go, 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 go. For Pete's sake, go. Ah, come on. So close, and yet I can't get there. There it is. I think. Maybe. Maybe not. Try again. Took each one almost a carbon copy. Maybe I wait another lap. Just trying to save on some fuel here. Maybe go after it after the turns on this lap. We're losing all kinds of time to Dufour. Esposito has fallen behind Campbell. There we go. We finally get it. Now we just got to try to stay here, but we've lost like 2-3 seconds to Dufour. So I think that might be sort of a Pyrrhic victory for us. I have to see. Just losing more time. Dufour is just faster right now. Yeah, I really don't care. A couple more laps to get around. Once again, I didn't adjust Hall's stuff because I was so concentrating on Schmidt. But he's got an 11-second lead. I don't think it's going to matter. Yeah, it's 18 seconds behind Dufour. I can see myself beating Campbell, DeGraff, and Schmidt on this one. Hard to see myself beating Dufour, though, and it only takes one of them to upset this apple cart. Oh well, let's see what happens. Hall just trying to save fuel and hold on for dear life. Go and stick with your balance stop. We're going to go with a fast one here, of course. And our tires are going to be a little bit on the worn side for this final lap. Switching to inters. Definitely got to go fast. And just in case this worked. Alright, got to switch down to medium here or we'll run out of fuel. No. Let's try that again. Okay, well here's what it looks like with a good pit stop at least. Stick on medium, go attack. Now, I'm not too terribly worried about Hall. The question is, what happens with Schmidt? Switch to push. Four laps left. I'm going to be able to push for a little bit more. Might as well do it now. Now we'll switch back. Yeah, there's DeGraff. 3 seconds ahead. Can't. There went somebody. Okay, DeGraff went wide. So now DeGraff is right in front of us. With better tires, but still. Don't care. Esposito pitting, repairing again. Dufour pitting. Dufour comes out ahead of DeGraff. So Either way, it's still a loss. I mean, it's a close loss by a few seconds. It's still a loss. So I've gone back to lap 12. And I just think I need to try to figure out a better way of handling this. And I'm not sure what. But again, here we're only 12 seconds behind Dufour. That's by far the best I've been at this stage of the race. So I feel like I just need to find a way to make this work. I'm thinking the right answer might just be like, if we get too close, to just switch up to neutral on the gas and just hang out behind Esposito, but as close to him as I can so that we're not trying to fight through the traffic. And that might just be too slow and get us too far behind, but nonetheless I'm going to give it a shot. You see, now we're starting to gain. And it's partly because Esposito and Campbell are stuck together. And last time, Campbell was able to hold off Esposito and eventually pull away. And we got stuck behind Esposito. But right now, we're still kind of at arm's length, over a second and a half back. Which is a reasonably fine place to be. It's up to 15 seconds now back of Dufour. See, we're at 61% tires. Dufour is at 64, so we got better time, just driving faster than we are with our 7.4 form. Overall, we seem to be, yeah, we are gaining, but not at a particularly great rate. This is lap 17, and we'll want to come in on lap 22. My thinking is when it gets down to a second, switch to neutral on the gas. And we're about there. Yep, okay, go medium. We're still gaining. Yeah, Esposito has fallen back of Campbell now. Well, we were gaining, now we're not. So yeah, if we can keep this at about a second, that would be optimal. We got another 3 laps, but I can go for... The thing is, if I keep this at neutral and then I push later, the question is, does this leave me too far back to challenge Dufour? And it very well might. But at least I'm not burning through gas and tires trying to pass and not being able to get away with it. Then I can push more in that final stretch. We seem to be slowly fading. Yeah, I don't care. Really don't. Slide back to neutral on the tires here, and yep, once again we went too far with the fuel. But we'll be able to make that up. Over a 10-second lead. Almost 20 seconds now behind Dufour. Like, everybody else is fine. The question is, how does Dufour work out with the pit stops? It's over a second and a half now, so I'm going to go back to pushing. And now Hall will come in for inters. Balance stop. Yep, should be able to push for the rest of this lap, then come in. And the others are going to come in later. The question is, do we gain enough? And I don't think we do. We want to go attack right away for a brief period here. "40 seconds. Yeah, and that puts us behind DeGraff. Just gotta find a way to be faster. Then I'm also going to go back to pitting on lap 2 instead of lap 1. And I think that's the best time to do it. You can see him falling back here to 11th, but he's bounced back pretty well in the trial run that I did, at least. And I don't care how much tires he burns, of course, because those are coming in soon. And here he is, right back in the pack. So, you know, time-wise, again, we're not losing a great deal here by saving that fuel. You certainly can. This is the time for it. Fisher crashing. That's a new one. Hull is in 6th, which isn't the best, but Gruber is ahead of Esposito. Got O'Sullivan for the other drivers to work their way through. And also the timing of that crash means I think that, yeah, okay, we're going to be pitting with the virtual safety car still out, which means Schmidt's not going to lose as much time. That is huge for us. I didn't get Hall back on full throttle soon enough. That's going to hurt us. But I think he'll still eventually find his way to the front. And now Schmidt, yeah, only 14 seconds behind at this point. So I'm hoping that that little bit of luck there is going to be enough to finally get us a win. And I think it should, so long as I play this safe, and make sure I save at all the pit stops, all that fun stuff. As long as we don't get any run wide or whatever nonsense. In fact, I think I should save it now, just for... So Hall stuck behind Dufour now, which is not fantastic, but not terrible either. You know what, I'm just going to go to medium on the gas. For a bit here. Now Schmidt is up to 11th. And working past the cars that are still on dry tires, up to 10th. And everything's happening in an accelerated fashion compared to before. And Vega's going to pit and refuel. Saves us a pass. We've got O'Sullivan and Gruber now just ahead. And yeah, Hall has been able to back off on the fuel and yet still maintain position. So that's going to let him run the fuel further later in the race. Probably won't need it. Still less than 3 seconds back of Esposito out front. Meanwhile, Schmidt has made it past there. And 13 seconds, so gaining a bit. And Hall now pulling away from de Graaf. So I just basically want to stay within a second of Dufour. And yep, now we're gaining, actually, on the leaders. And so is Schmidt. Different Schmidt ran wide, that's not us. It's Maximilian here, so he goes behind Dufour now. Probably a good idea to go high here with Hall and see if we can't make a pass. And actually, let's go all the way for it. Close to getting by. There we go. Come on, keep that inside line. Doggone it. Alright, I'm going to back off again. still not that far back, the leaders. I probably just want to play it slow and steady here. Now Schmidt is down to about 11 seconds. Very nice. We've only got a couple laps to go. So yeah, I'm just going to be content to hang back here. That's 3.5 seconds. And Schmidt only driving at 5.8. That's a bit of a concern. But it's not too much of one. Just want to go for that slight bit of neutral here. And then back up to push. Hall now back to almost 4 seconds behind. But we are conserving some fuel again, over 4 seconds behind. So, yeah, this could get a little bit interesting for Hall at the front. Still, after this pit stop, he's never had a big problem passing Esposito. So I'm going to depend on him to do that again. And I'll go ahead and give him the fast pit stop. And same thing for Schmidt. On to wets. It's going to be just about exactly a 10-second gap going into the pits. Which of course is very nice compared to where we have been in the past. Down to a 4-second gap now for Hall. 4 to 4.5, and then of course not everybody is going to come in here. So we're going to be able to make up some time. One good pit stop. A second good pit stop. Both of them going on to high push. 6th and 7th position coming out. You can see Schmidt only like 6 seconds behind as opposed to the 18 or 19 it's been before. And that really should be enough to give us this race. Now I want to stay on this reasonably fast but not breakneck pace. Okay, there's Esposito repairing. And I think that's a benefit to us because should go behind our drivers or close to it. Hall ahead. Schmidt ahead of Esposito. And ahead of... Okay, Schmidt into 4th now. Hall has the lead. Schmidt is in 4th position, and if he can hold off de Graaf, which is not a given... But 4.5 seconds now behind Dufour. So all we need is a little bit of pit stop help to make that happen. And Hall should run away with this. So let's stick with Schmidt, who is pulling away from de Graaf. The question is, do we come up on Schmidt and can we pass? When we get close enough, we're going to have to make a decision whether we hang back or not. And that's going to be a key moment here. And frankly, I'm inclined to hang back. Lose whatever time we need to lose against Dufour. Back off the tires. There we go. And then if we get within a second, I'm just going to back off the gas to neutral. Like I tried before, only this time obviously in much better situations we're closer to the front. Dufour is again pulling away. We're close to 6 seconds behind there. The idea is that hopefully we're close enough at the end for the better timed pit stops to get us the position that we need. And now a full 7 seconds. And still growing. We appear to be gaining on the other Schmidt, Maximilian, at this point. Dufour continuing to gradually pull away, but not able to keep up with Hall up even further. Schmidt, though, has been able to keep up the speed because he's not gaining ground very fast. Now over 8 seconds behind Dufour. Getting close to that 1 second line. There it is, down to medium. So I want to make sure we're not overly held up. The fuel's pretty much about the break-even point. Not too happy with that 5.3 form here, because I would like to be driving better than that in that final section. We seem to be holding at about the same distance though, while we conserve this fuel. Almost time to start backing off on the fuel for Hall, not quite. Over 9 seconds back now. And that's close enough. We'll go medium. Couple more laps to go. The rain has stopped, and we're going to wait for it to start just slowly drying out. And okay, Schmidt falling further behind now. Let's go back to push. See if we can limit that gap to 10 seconds. Now it's over 10. So Dufour's still driving faster. On the other hand, Schmidt should basically be able to push for the rest of the race. .6, and now it's time to come in. Switch to that final inter-stop. No point in going for broke with Hall. He's fine. But I do, of course, want to do it with Schmidt, who needs every second. So here we go, the final crucial pit stop that will determine our fortune. Well, it's a good thing we didn't need a good pit stop from Hall, because we didn't get one. But we did get one from Schmidt, so here we go. Back to 7th. And again, we're going to want to attack on the tires. Now we'll switch to push. DeGraaf comes into the pit, and we come in several seconds ahead instead of a few seconds behind. Our advantage over the wet drivers mounting with every second around this track as it dries out. So Hall now up to second, chasing down Dufour. Campbell into the pits, and we should pass. Three laps to go. Esposito going to come in. And this should be an easy pass. Yep. Didn't lose any time. Up to fourth. We're going to get Schmidt. The question is, what does Dufour do? Is Dufour coming in? Yes. Okay, but now all we have to do is catch Schmidt, and it's ours. And Schmidt on those tires is not going to be able to beat us no matter what. Whew. Finally, I'm backing off to neutral on the tires here because they're overheating a bit. Pushed them a little hard coming out of the pit stop, but now, for the first time, and I don't care what anybody says, this one has been a doozy, and we needed the luck of that crash happening at the right time at the beginning of the race in order to make it happen. The people who think this is a, relatively easy challenge, I mean, I've tried every strategy that I can think of and that's out there, so don't know what they're thinking. In any case, Dufour is a few seconds behind, not going to be able to catch us. We're just in the final lap here. Hall comes in first. That's not news. We've managed that a lot. But Schmidt coming in second. That is news. 0.09 laps of fuel left. And this time it was Hall who had problems with the engine, not Schmidt. Did much better maintaining the condition of his car, but he also didn't drive as well. In the end, it was good enough. And Dufour ended all the way up down in fifth. Wow. While Schmidt finished on those wet tires, but fell to sixth. As ever, nobody caught cheating. Don't need to worry about any of those standings. Glad to see Jerome doing well, etc. There it is. And we've got the All-Star achievement for defeating all of the All-Star challenges. We get the new livery. The Wasp livery. And that concludes our run through the challenge pack. That last one, most definitely Battered and Bruised, was the toughest, at least for me. So we will finally get to move on to career play. We'll debut with that, creating our own team in the next episode coming up on Friday. But until then, thanks for watching. Partway through, and now it's time for the next chapter through Motorsport Manager to begin. See you then.